There, at this point, we know very well how to find the duration of every note and the correct pitch. So the name of every note, because there is a precise correlation between the notes, the names, and the pitches, of course. So now we have to put together these two aspects, the duration and the pitch. So as we did in the previous videos, in the previous video lesson, when we read with the correct rhythm, with the correct duration, this sheet music, using a generic sound, I'm sure that you remember it. So, for example, for the first measure, it was ta, ta, ta. So, in that case, we were not making any distinction between the different pitches. It was only a generic sound. In that case, we have focused only on the duration of the notes. Now we have to put to use also the correct name. So before we start playing the piano, before we try to apply everything we learn at the piano, we have to do a preparatory exercise that it is something similar to the one we did using the generic sound ta. But in this case, we will do something different, something more. So, since we know very well all the names of the notes, of every note, instead of using the generic sound cha, we will make a precise distinction between every note. So instead of saying ta, 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 we will say the correct name of every note. So, for example, for the first measure, for the treble staff, I will read rhythmically in this way: C, D, E, while when I used only the correct duration, but without considering the pitch, I read it this way: ta, ta, ta. Okay, I hope it is clear. And it should be clear, because the only thing that we add is the pitch, the names of the notes. So now let's try the same exercise as the one that we did before, but this way, using the correct name. Now I'm showing you how to do it in the treble staff. Ta, ta. Sorry, of course, using the correct names. C, D, E. D, E, F. G, E, F, D, E, D, C. Okay, I'm sure it is clear. As you have seen, I only have used the right names. I didn't have anything else. It doesn't matter the sound with which you say this word, this name. So if you say C, D, E, or C, D, E, it doesn't matter. So you only have to focus on the names of the notes, and of course using the correct duration, and at the same time, of course, you have to hit hit the desk with the pencil, and this will be the what we call keeping time. Okay, so this is the right way. So now I want you to try it on your own. So pause the video and try to do exactly the same as I did before. Well, now we have to do the same for the bass staff, and now I want to do something different, because I want that you get used as soon as possible, that you get used to read on your own, to read without the presence, without having a teacher explaining everything before you read. So now I want you to try to do it on your own before I do it. So it is very easy, since we have written down all the names of the notes. So it is very easy. So don't worry. It is exactly the same as the treble staff, but of course we are doing it in another staff, using another clef. So pause the video and try to do it on your own, exactly in the same way as I did before. Then I will show you how to do it correctly. Well, now now it's my time. I try to do it on my own, and so that you can see, so that you can hear how to do it correctly. C, B, A, B, A, G, F, A, G, B, A, B, G, C. Very well. So it's quite easy, I think. So now we are ready to start applying everything we learned at the piano, of course. So because now we have found everything, all the essential aspects that we were looking for, of course. And so how to read the notes. I'm sure that you remember what we said it was essential. The notes with their correct duration and with their correct pitches. So now we are able to do this very well. So before we start applying, before we apply everything we learn at the piano, so we start playing the piano, I want to suggest you a very important thing, and it is this. Even if in these lessons, even if in this lesson we wrote down the names of the notes, we wrote them above each note, and it was a question of I did it to simplify, because I think that in the first piece it is quite important not to have so many problems, so many troubles, so many problems to have to resolve. So I did this. I suggest you to write on your sheet music too, for this reason. So because it was only for the first piano piece, so to have something helpful. Okay. But it is very important that you don't get used to do the same from now on. So what I mean is that from now on you don't have. I suggest you not to write the names of the note on the sheet music, because you run the risk to get used to do always in this way, and then if you will be trying to play new songs, new pieces, every time you will be forced to writing every time all the names of the note, and it should be quite difficult, and of course it is not useful to do this, and it is not the correct way to learn to play the piano and to learn to read the notes. So the right way is not to write the notes above the sheet music, above the notes, but to learn to try to read them in a different way. So not writing, without writing them, of course. So Don't worry, because in the next video lesson, in the next reading music video lesson, you will learn a very useful method to read, to learn how to read the notes and how to get used to do this, to doing this, and so on. So don't worry, but this is only my advice. Don't get used to writing the notes this way as we did. Please let me remind you, it was only I did it only to make it easy, to make it easier. It is the first piano sheet that we learn, the piano piece that we learn, and so this is the reason. But from now on, don't do this way. Try to learn without writing all the notes. See you in the next video.